So we're gonna plant some Conophytum seeds. These are a little tricky. This time of the year, it's like the end of October here in Southern California, which is a good time. So I have some seeds here, and they're really small. I don't know if you can see them. They're like tiny seeds. And then I made a pot, and I sifted the pumice, everything, so it's on the small side. So what I'm going to do is I got some more soil here. This is my sandy soil with some pumice. So what I do, without making too big of a mess, is I put this some soil in with those little seeds, and then just kind of shake it up, and then just kind of put them on the, scatter them. I mean, there's no way of telling if they're going to clump up or not, but I'm kind of trying to make it flat, and then maybe I'll just take some more dirt, just put it on top. And so they're in there somewhere. And I got my sprayer. I got this at Harbor Freight for like $4. I know they sell for a lot more money other places. And then I'll put them here because I'll make a mess. And then I just water it pretty thoroughly. Until it comes out the bottom of the pot. So the seeds could be scattered all over the place. I don't know how you'd put them in one by one. I guess if you had a lot of patience and a microscope. So anyways, I'll keep doing that until the seeds come out the bottom. But this one I did a couple weeks ago. And hopefully, I got a screen on top. This is what you'll get after a couple weeks. You can see them, they're really small. And they're sort of sprouting. And the trick here is you want to keep the soil, you never want the soil to dry out, but if you make it too wet, they'll also die. So, this evenly moist. I had a little weed seed in there growing, and it dried up, so I had them a little bit on the dry side, but they seem to be okay. And then you want to keep them out of full sun. You don't want them too hot. I put screen over the top. Right now it's kind of a cloudy day, so I just put screen over the top, and I just keep them outside here. And if it gets too hot, I put them right in there through that right in the kitchen window. Because if it gets like in above 80 or the 80s, they're gonna die. Excuse me. They like to be 70s, 60s, 50s at night. Oh, there we go. So water's coming out the bottom. So I'll put a label on it so I remember what day I planted them, and hopefully we'll get little Conophytum seedlings in about. They sprout pretty fast. I got these from my own plant. I call them Conophytum globosum. I'm pretty sure that's not what they are. It could just be a mix of a bunch of them. We'll go upstairs and look at them here in a second. And I'll figure out what they are once they grow. Or I'll try to. So here's some mature Conophytum plants. They stay pretty small. This is the one that I bought. They said it was globosum. I don't think it is. I think it's Juncjunum. This is how you pollinate them. I just have pine needles, and I just go down the tube carefully, get some pollen, and then go to this other guy. I bought two. They're supposed to be different plants, but obviously they're the same plants. I bought these a while ago. And then these ones here, I grew from seed, and they're, yeah, Juncundum fragile. Ruberg. I put them in 2019. I doubt they're the same, but you know, you see all that pollen on there? So I don't know what I'm growing, but it's fun. There we go. So I got all these different ones. These I grew from seed, a couple different kinds. Some of these I bought when I first started out. It took me a while to figure out how to grow them from seed. The first ones, it was too hot and they all just died. But if you keep them cooler, on the cooler side, and evenly moist, they do okay. And after, I think a year, you're gonna get this is a bigger pot. You're gonna get these variety different Conophytums. I think this one here probably came from this one here, minutum or natum. It's got a real pretty pattern. I bought this from this place called C&D Plants. They have some pretty good stuff. But some of these obviously are maybe different. I'm not an expert on Conophytums. They're just kind of fun to grow. But here they are. They start growing this time of year. So in the sandy mix, and some of them are a little. Here's some other ones. These ones are going to be these ones here. Pubescens, I think. I grew a bunch from seed. They're all over the place. They have pretty flowers. There's a little bit different kind. And you can end up with so many, you have to transplant them. Here's some I transplanted a little while ago. These ones are Magnellii. They look like these jelly bean things. And there's a bigger one there. So hopefully they'll continue to grow. I have one thing about these, you can end up with quite a few of them because you get so many seeds. Yeah, but I'll figure out what to do with them all later. And they're a little bit trickier than growing like lithops. Lithops are more, they can take more heat and they're a little more robust, I think. Here's some lithops I transplanted. I think we had a video on that, but they're growing away. I can't pronounce that. That's what they are. So, and I grow them under this shade cloth in this bench. And I made this other bench because I was running out of room. Here's some pretty Conophytums. These are cuttings. A friend of mine sent me. So hopefully I can get some seed from those next year. These are ornatum. So I think in this climate they're a little easier to grow than cactus. You see different South African mesums, lithops, Conophytums, agaridermas. But that's what I do. The seeds are so small. I put them in sand, I shake them up, put them on top of a pot, water them, and they should sprout within 10 days. If they don't, dry them out, try again. But usually, if they don't sprout within 10 days, usually they're not going to sprout. So not always. These ones here, only a few sprouted, and then like a month later, a bunch more sprouted. So you never know. These are Halii, and this is some sort of green form. It's got a real coal number, so this was done like a year and a half ago. But yeah, so these sprouted sporadically. A cactus often sprouts sporadically. I noticed these tiny seeds. They usually germinate quite quickly. I had some Cherodopsis. They germinated like in 2 days. The one problem I have is Dinteranthus vanzellii. Those don't always, they need a lot of heat. So you want to put those in the summer.